What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all of the news after Week 16 of our Chicago Cougars franchise. Another loss, guys. That makes it 4 out of the last 6 games. We have really been struggling lately, and it's the worst time of the year to struggle. We're about to go into the playoffs if we even make it. Look at this. Now, luckily the Texans lost too, but they have a tiebreaker over us, so it really doesn't matter. If I'm to lose to the Colts and the Texans win their last game, all of a sudden we do not win the division, which is a problem. And it is a problem because if you look at the AFC standings, the Broncos already guaranteed first round bye. Which, by the way, if we were to win that last game, which I still feel like we should have done. We dropped the ball. We lost to the Titans in overtime. Should have been our win. It shouldn't even have gone to overtime. But that's not how things played out. But had we won that game, we would be in prime position to get a first round bye if we won that last game. So in a matter of 2 weeks, we could go from a first round bye to not even making the playoffs. Alright, so look at this. The Broncos, AFC West. And somebody else pointed this out to me, so thank you for that. And now that I'm looking for it, I see it's pretty clear. AFC West in the playoffs, AFC East in the playoffs. Now, AFC East again, they are only guaranteed a playoff spot if they have a better record out of the remaining 2 teams, not a division winner. So, AFC South, right now, we're the first AFC South team here. AFC West, obviously, again, Broncos up here, AFC West. AFC South again. So, top 6 teams, only 3 division winners. Interesting, which means this is an issue because a team from the AFC North is going to make the playoffs. So you go way down here and look at this. The Browns, the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Ravens, the 5 worst teams in the division are all from the AFC North. So one of these teams is going to make the playoffs with a 7-9 record, which is terrible for us. And it is terrible for us because if we are to lose to the Colts in our last game of the season and the Texans are to win, they win our division, which means we are fighting for one of the last 2 playoff spots, which is an issue because if the Bills win, they have one of them. Actually, even if they lose, it looks like they have the tiebreaker over us, so they still have one of them. So if the Chargers win their game, I don't know about the tiebreaker, they could have a tiebreaker over us too. And just like that, we could be out of the playoffs. I mean, it's a lot's gotta go on for that to happen, but it could happen. It could be really, really bad. So, granted, I don't know who has the tiebreaker between us, and there might be other factors that come into play. But, you know what? If the Chargers have a tiebreaker over the Texans, which this kind of indicates, and the Texans have a tiebreaker over us, chances are the Chargers likely have a tiebreaker over us. Now, that's not guaranteed. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just kind of like looking at all the different possibilities here. Anyway, it could happen. It could happen. We don't know yet. But it means this final game of this season is absolutely crucial, which the Colts destroyed us earlier in the season, which is not good at all. That's frustrating. So, I don't know. We really have not been doing good lately, though. I don't know. We're struggling. Our receivers are just not getting open like they were earlier in the season. Our defense is not creating turnovers like they were earlier in the season. Just kind of a fail on all angles at this point. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to go back to a 3-4 defense because we really have kind of been struggling with the 4-3. So let's do that. We're going to start off doing that. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully that'll kind of turn our luck around. A lot of people in the comments are calling to Ben Straswiak. Let's go ahead and look at the stats here, guys. So, again, if you want to give me your opinions on stuff, always be sure to leave a comment. Levi Cadigan, for one, better touchdown to interception ratio. I throw way too many interceptions. Better touchdown to interception ratio. Let's see about percentage. Better completion percentage. A little bit less yards per attempt. However, what we do know He hadn't played 14 games. He has definitely not played 14 games. What we do know, though, guys, is that he is clutch. And he gives us the ability to run the ball as well. But do I really want to bench my year-long starter? Now, I've benched him in certain situations if he's having a bad game or if we get a big lead. And Levi Cadigan has come in and actually led a few comebacks from behind. I don't know. I don't know who to play, guys. I don't know. Alright, I'll decide later in the video. But yeah, this is going to be an important game for us. It really is. Let's go look at the awards for last week. The weekly awards. Werner, who's now on the Vikings, 2 interceptions with a touchdown. Adrian Peterson. Wright, who absolutely torched us, and both of his touchdowns were amazing. One was that bomb down the left side of the field where he just burned Dwayne Gratz, and the other was that little spin move he put on Demetrius McCray. So great game from him. Johnson, 13 tackles, 2 sacks, and an interception. He's been great all season long. A game like that might make him the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not going to show any Defensive Player of the Year stuff or stats. I'm going to wait till next week to do that. And it'll be a little bit of a longer news video, but we're just going to cover it all. Injury report. DJ Moore out 5 more weeks. Not good, not good. Somebody suggested this, and I will do this because Gratz really did not have a good game last week. So it's going to be a little bit risky here. But we're going to try putting Maddox, the rookie, who's only a 70 overall, above Gratz here. Now, Gratz has not played all too much this season. Maddox was injured for part of the season, but he's played very, very good in the time he has been on the field. He also provides us a better chance to get interceptions with his catch at 88, which is insane. Insane for a cornerback. Zone coverage and man coverage is not as good according to this game. Now, we all just saw Gratz get absolutely torched last game, so who knows? His tackle's better. What is their speed? Alright, so it says Gratz has better speed. It really didn't seem like that, though. We'll give it a shot. If Maddox gets burned early on, we'll switch it back to Gratz. But Maddox has played great this season. Gratz has played okay in the time he's gotten, but last game he just got torched for that big touchdown early on. So back to the whole quarterback debate, guys. Alright, so I know there's a lot of people in Joswiak's camp, and there's a lot of people in Cadigan's camp. So either way I go, I'm going to upset somebody. I'm really sorry I don't want to, but what I am thinking, you know what? Let's do it. Alright, originally I was about to say, what I'm thinking is let's start off with Joswiak and see how he does. Let's change that up. Let's start off with Cadigan. And if Cadigan does not step up to the plate early in the game, we'll go to Joswiak. But if Cadigan's doing good early on, obviously we'll roll with him. That's the best I can think of for now, because I don't want Joswiak to dig us into another hole early in the game, which has been happening a lot lately. He's been overthrowing people a lot. That's honestly, obviously, a good portion of the interceptions are my fault, but when I'm doing the game, I do it like a RPG, like I'm just calling a regular game. So if I throw an interception, I'm going to blame him. But honestly, lately a lot of those interceptions have been his fault. There was one specifically last game where he just overthrew his target completely, and it just landed right in Pollard's arms like it was a gift. But also, there's been times the last few games, which really hasn't happened earlier in the season, where I've hit like the X button, and he'll throw it to the triangle wide receiver. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that has anything to do with awareness in this game. I've never really noticed that a whole lot before, but lately it's been a lot more noticeable, and I don't know. I thought it was a little bit weird, but we're going to start off with Cadigan. That's not to say he's going to play the whole game. We're just going to give him a shot. We're going to see if Cadigan can come into the game and get us off to a fast early start. Now, if he comes in and throws an interception early on, we might switch it to Joswiak. We might give Cadigan a little bit more time after that, depending on how the game goes, depending if he looks like he's leading the team down the field. You know what? We have nothing to lose, guys. I mean, well, granted, we have a lot to lose, but Joswiak has not been getting it done. That's pretty much what the story comes down to. You know, 4 out of the last 6 games is unacceptable. Cadigan played in some of those games. You know what? He has a better quarterback rating. He has a better touchdown-interception ratio. And he has proven to us earlier in the season that he can lead comebacks. So we're just going to go with Cadigan. In terms of JT Thomas here, in negotiations, Roy Miller in negotiations, people have been asking me about my Sim series, the Redskins Sim series, what happened to it, the Pacers Sim series, what happened to it. Pretty much, I started those Sim series very, very late. So I decided to wait till the new games come out, Madden 15 and the new NBA 2K. And then I will be starting new Sim series with that. An idea I had, I really don't know how this is going to work. I'm pretty sure a decent number of you guys would like to see it though. So it might be something I continue. It might be something I do anyway, even though when the new Madden comes out, that's going to be my focus. But maybe when I get to the end of this season, I can continue this series as a Sim series, so we can kind of follow the Cougars and see how they do in the future. Granted, I would not be playing games because that's going to take way too long, and all that time I have playing these games are going to go to play in the Madden 15 games, but that's an idea. Let me know what you think about that, guys, if that's something you would like to see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for watching this series. Thank you for all the support you guys have shown me all season long, all series long, really. Since we started off with the Jaguars, we went 5-11 to where we are now. You know, as this series winds down, granted, obviously we still have the playoffs and all that, hopefully. But I really do appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you so much for everything. This is Sneaky Pete, and I will see you in Week 16 for the most important game of our series to date against the Indianapolis Colts, where hopefully we can get some revenge for an earlier loss. Thanks again, guys. This is Sneaky Pete, and I will see you next time. Later.